Hello and welcome to my reaction to episode 7 of Andor on Disney+. This show has been fantastic so far. Some of the best stuff that Star Wars has ever put out, certainly since Empire Strikes Back, I think. And I don't hate the sequels. I love some of the stuff that's come out in the, quote, Disney era. The prequels are what they are. This has been absolutely fantastic. Certainly very different, a little more adult. Episode 6 was just mind-blowing. The tension that has been built up into the series, especially in that particular arc, 3 and 4. I did predict last week that I thought there was going to be a bit of a jump, but I believe I'm wrong for a couple of reasons. First off, a little bit of trailer footage that we haven't seen yet that seems to indicate there will be some retribution for Aldhani in this episode, namely a shot of a Star Destroyer flying overhead. That ties into the ISB at the end of the last episode in Planet Retribution, full-scale Retribution phase, or whatever exactly it was that was said there. And also the fact that Tony Gilroy, I was under the impression that we had 4 3-episode arcs, but Gilroy clarified in an interview that we had, 1 through 3 was an arc, 4 through 6 was an arc, 7, he said, quote, is a very interesting episode. Then episodes 8, 9, and 10 are another arc, and then 11 and 12 is the finale of the first season. So this very interesting sort of episode. I imagine we're going to get a time jump somewhere in here, maybe in the middle of this episode at some point. Maybe not until the next episode. I still think there'll be a time jump. But, I imagine we'll get more of the Mon Mothma political stuff with Luthen Rael. And, wow, I hope you have so that if Andor might go back home, which means we might catch up with Bix and his mother, but I think we'll see Aldhani. So we've got the Donnie, the local people. They're going to suffer the consequences, I believe, along with the one I forget the character's name, forgive me, but the one other rebel that survived the last episode. She was left on that planet, and she was, I assume, sort of mixed in with the other Donnie, or back at their camp. Either way, but it's not looking good for her or any person living on that planet right now. I think the Empire is going to come a-gunning. All right, it's 3:15 in the morning. I got a few minutes of a late start here. I just want to jump into this episode. Let's get going. Having already seen all this, my butt is still clenching tight.
I'm calling in the family favor.
You want to guess how much is in there? 40 million apiece.
What is that family flavor? Favor.
It's just,
I found someone I think can help me.
Who did she find? Did I miss that line? It just never registered with me. Who did she find? Interesting. Never really got confirmation that he was on Coruscant. Could be somewhere else. I think we just saw HoloNet News for the first time in live action.
We need tribute tax equal to 5 times the amount stolen from Aldhani will be levied on any cover for rebel activity.
Will trigger permanent revocation of Imperial tolerance.
I spoke with Emperor Palpatine last night, and he's assured me
Wow.
that the ISB will be...
I wonder if...
Whose hands? The rebels.
I wonder if that was Yularen.
Exactly what they want.
listening in on private Imperial transmissions.
Warning?
Black smile on the face.
Oh, goodness.
I'm worried you might do something like this.
How I wish I had. Let's have a look.
Huh. Is he denying it?
Network's been built. It's up.
She's always been a bit of a pacifist.
Those who died.
People will suffer.
That's the plan. You're not angering me.
Oof.
Just
Wow. He's a little more ruthless than I thought.
well, we'll see, won't we? Can't hide forever.
It's probably why we see him getting in bed with the more ruthless Saw Gerrera in trailers. Coruscant, man.
People think we're kidding when we say it, but it's true. There are no small
That
jobs.
is where he's at, right?
Standards.
Bureau of Standards.
I spoke with your edit this a bit before signing you in. I'm sure your uncle would approve. Fresh start, eh? New beginnings. We just happen to have an immediate opening in fuel purity. I'd hate to...
Another mundane job that he does not want. Where is she going? Getting a lot of Coruscant this episode.
For which star system?
All star systems.
Is that a problem?
I'll need.
Here's the Star Destroyer. Who's she meeting with here?
I should need to be here.
Ah,
Neither of us should.
The money's safe.
she looks good.
It's the trawler when we're worried.
Cleaned up.
Buried, gone for good. You're sure? You mean kill him?
This is what revolution looks like, Belle. I'll
Hmm.
send you what we have on him.
He did get back home, huh? Back to mom. B2.
First thing.
Let's do that.
I'm feeling so good. And here we are at the dinner. Okay.
Galaxy, you know.
And this is the contact she's trying to get some funding from.
Why would you want to do that?
Chandrilla Banker.
I'm hoping.
I'm not sure you're aware how far afield some of us have taken our political allegiances these days.
Wow.
I show you the stone in my hand. You miss the knife at your throat.
Oh boy.
Darling, what?
The political intrigue here.
What are you really doing?
Raising money.
Get chills here. This is
Says my family accounts. Until recently, I was it to be another of my benevolent and useless irritations.
oh boy.
Or perhaps you find my politics a bit strong for your taste.
Yeah.
Parents on his way out.
Wow. What a scene. Oh, be careful finding Bix. He's gonna run into some troopers, isn't he? Stormtroopers. This ain't no Imperial Army that he was dealing with before, no corpos.
This is not our fight, Cass. Don't worry, they won't be alone. They're just gonna raise their silly flag and fly away.
Oh no. Is that how Clem was executed? Hung in the street?
So I don't have to think about Clem hanging there.
Ugh.
Yesterday I heard about this attack at out. I'm brave enough to stick it out here.
That's how they got his record.
Stop searching for your sister. It's a fantasy.
I was wondering when that was going to come up.
As a canary.
She's going to go do something stupid. Get herself killed.
Tons of analysis is the...
Thank you all for the lively session. Dedra, if you'd walk with me a moment.
Imperial intrigue now within the ISB.
Watch your back.
Probably good advice. Neamos? It's like a beach planet of some sort.
Hey,
I'll be out in a minute.
what are you doing?
Washing up.
Oh, what's going on there? Shore trooper? Is they're on a beach. The Empire is everywhere.
First years.
What?
You heard me.
Wait, no. I don't know anybody here.
Oh boy.
I'm a tourist.
Tourists don't run.
But I'm not running.
You got that right. That window is shut.
I'm just going to the store. It's right there.
You need to calm
There's
down.
several of them.
Droid assistance, please.
The security droids.
Tell him! Tell him you've been watched!
Ugh.
6 years.
What?
No, no, wait! But
Change of guidelines.
I didn't do anything. Hey,
Take it up with the Emperor.
wait! I'm just a tourist!
Next.
Jeez. There's been some ambiguity over which way this guy's going to go. A lot of people think maybe he's actually going to join the rebellion. I didn't think so. But could it be possible he finds Andor and gets him out of this prison sentence? Oh, man. What? It was Yularen. Colonel Yularen. Oh my goodness. It absolutely was Yularen. Wow. Okay. That was just another absolutely fantastic episode. So much stuff going on here. Cyril Karn took that job with his uncle's help. And, you know, he's just basically a random person in a random cubicle. But he seems to be still kind of up in the air. People were talking about how they felt he might actually turn around and join the rebellion because of, and I can see where he might go that way, but I don't know. I don't feel like that's where we're going with him. That being said, Andor is now in jail for 6 years, which, you know, this takes place 5 BBY, so we know he gets out somehow. You know, I said there's going to be a time jump, but you can't go that far. We're only going a year or two at most. I assume we'll start the next episode. There'll be a time jump. Cassian will be in jail. And I think Cyril Karn will have been... Will have found him. I imagine he gets out of jail and maybe learns of what his mom did that probably will get her killed if it probably happened while he was in jail. That's a possibility. I think that could happen. Wow, we got Imperial security droids showing up. It was a nice, fun moment, except it was very scary. That's how Cassie got arrested. Of course, everyone's going to think it's K2SO, and that one certainly wasn't. Wow. We got Colonel Yularen in an ISB meeting, and I called it. Of course, within the ISB, we've got some intrigue here with Mira seemingly getting a little bit of a pat on the back from the Major. More Mon Mothma stuff. Luthen Rail coming off a little vicious and ruthless. People are going to suffer, and his reasoning behind that was that people are going to suffer as the Empire tightens its grip. Means there's going to be more people lashing out, more people rebelling, more people standing up. They were doing it so slowly that it was kind of just letting it happen. So this was his way of speeding it up, but people are going to suffer. And Mon Mothma did not like hearing that at all. I think she kind of understood it, but she did not like it at all. What an episode. Can't wait till next week. I can't wait. This show is just absolutely fantastic. The best Star Wars we've ever gotten here. It's so good. Until then, I gotta get to bed. We'll see you guys next week.
Where?